Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Gun Mode. I'm Alan, and today I'm going to be going over the Viz Radom Model 35.
This day is set upon a mighty endeavor, a struggle to preserve our civilization and to set free a suffering humanity.
So today we're going to go over this. This is, again, like I said, a Polish Radom. Radom is the factory that made these weapons in Poland. Basically, I'm not going to go over an extensive history of the development of the Radom, but basically the Polish military realized that they were too reliant on other countries following World War I, and they needed to have their own firearm, their own parts, their own manufacturing. And so after several trials and different things, this is the pistol that came out on top. And this pistol started going in full production in the early 1930s. And you can obviously tell that this pistol has a lot of influence of the 1911. The earlier models actually had a safety lever here, which was later discontinued by the Germans for just to cut corners to, make production go faster. The Radom was obviously taken over by the Germans in 1939 when Poland fell. The Germans really liked the pistol, thought it was a very suitable handgun, very durable, and it was also chambered 9mm, which made it very easily to be injected right into the front lines and didn't interfere with logistics. The only issue with the Radoms was that Polish workers that were working in the factory also had resistance fighters that were sneaking out parts and assembling them outside of the factory, and then were using them in resistance efforts against the Germans in Poland. So eventually they moved the factories in Austria, and they were made under the supervision, even in Poland, under the supervision of Steyr. You can see these proof marks here. Let me turn on my light. You can see these proof marks right here. That is Waffenproof 6.2, I believe that's a 5, 625, and that is for Steyr. And you can see the Eagle 77 here as well. Those are pretty crisp on there. This gun was brought back by an American GI. I purchased this pistol because I purchased this pistol. Well, you say, why would you buy a pistol because you have the same gun already? Well, I purchased this Polish Radom in a pawn shop for a whopping $69. This pistol, people assume that it's put together much like a 1911, and it's not. It's got a little bit different features about it that make it a little bit different than assembly and disassembly of a 1911. But they thought this gun was broken, and I bought this gun for $69. I put it together on the counter and asked her to ship it back to my FFL, and she did. And she was quite impressed that I put this back together. I just fell in love with this one because I really love the swirl grips. You can see, obviously, this one's black. Earlier ones had brown, so I don't know if this was just a leftover batch of just whatever brown they had laying around and mixed it in with the black. I kind of thought that was cool. It's like a swirl. It's very, very attractive. But the problem was, this one, when I bought it, did not come with any mags. So I said to myself, well, I need to buy mags, and I couldn't find any, and I found a couple, but these mags, especially with these Waffenproofs, it's hard to see. There you go. You can see it barely in there. Are like they're like $350, $400. Not to mention the holsters are like $1,000. And I said, no way, not doing that. But I came across this listing, and they wanted $800 shipped for it. And I said, well, I can't pass it up. Unfortunately, they didn't really send me good pictures, so I kind of took a gamble on it. But it did come with 2 Waffen-amped magazines. So I was really happy with that. Got talking with the family. Basically, this pistol was picked up by the deceased first husband's grandfather. And he was born in Nova Scotia. He was a Canadian national, joined the American military in World War II, I guess to try to make efforts to get his citizenship. And then he passed away in Alabama. Actually, this came with the pistol. This VZ-35, Hubert Esther Fischer, his unit took a small town in Germany in February '45. A lady with children asked if he would trade for food and cigarettes for a German officer's handgun, and he made the trade. I asked them to write a little letter, a little short note of basically who owned this gun in the family, and they sent this down to me. I'm unable to find actually anything at this time on him because I think he was Canadian. I don't think he had a Social Security record or anything like that. So if you guys can find out anything about him, I would really greatly appreciate it. They also threw in a few of other stuff. I can't show you the front side of this, but this is actually a civilian, like civil service type medal that was given out to officials in the German government for I think this medal is for 30 years of service. And then there was also this Reich mark, which I thought was really cool. 1,000 Reich marks. And the dates on it are 1922, so I don't know if that's accurate. I need to translate this and see what it says. But this came with a lot, so I thought that was cool. The holster came with it as well. It's in a little worn shape, especially right here. That strap's a little light, a little bit worn. This here, this little button here is about to fall out, so I've been careful about that. Unfortunately, no Waffen amps or markings in there. From what I see on originals, they were pretty lightly done on there anyway. So with all that extensive wear, I didn't expect to see a whole lot when I opened it up. So the only thing that is noticeable on or noteworthy on this, now again, this is like $1,000 holster. Maybe not in this condition, but I've seen them go online for about $1,000. So I thought getting it with the gun made this a pretty good deal. But obviously, his initials, Hubert Esther Fischer, kind of just reinforces it even more. And also, if you can see it, he initialed it right there, Hubert Esther Fischer. So overall, this was a really cool gun. These guns were made up until the end of World War II, until the factory was taken over. These were extremely reliable guns. I personally rank these in probably one of my top 3 handguns of World War II. I personally liked it because I like the bobbed hammer. Has a very aggressive grip on the back of the hammer. It's very easy to cock this. I mean, it's just your thumb just naturally it bites into it. I really love the decocker. The decocker was one of my favorite aspects of the P38. So when you get a 1911 style handgun with a decocker, and then if it had the manual safety on there, that would also help too. So probably a earlier variant of this would be my top 3 handgun pick for World War II. The fact that it's 9mm, which really is I'm more of a 45 guy, but here lately I've been really fancying 9mm. But overall, guys, this gun is really cool. It's very reliable, very ergonomic. I like the grip safety. It's very happy to get this gun. So again, you guys like, follow, subscribe for more videos. I'll have plenty of stuff coming out. I'll probably take this one to the range, as well as disassembling and cleaning it. I'm probably going to shoot this one as well. Both of these are really fine guns. This one is probably going to be turned into a reenactor for me. I'm probably going to get a reproduction holster for it and take it out into the field. And then I'm going to take this one and probably put it in the safe and try to protect it and preserve it. And then if I do some live-in history events with it, you know, probably try to find some more information on the veteran, maybe a couple pictures, and then tell that gentleman's story when we go out into public and try to keep that history alive. So If you guys like that kind of stuff, like, follow, subscribe for more. But I'll see you guys on the next one.